Hi, and welcome to Carolina Women. We are here today at Hilton Head Capital Partners, and I'm really excited to introduce our guest today. Rose Fotia is here. Thank you so much. And of course, our co-host Erin Lentz is here. I think we were feeling springy
Very
today.
Springy.
They said 74, and I was like, okay, yeah, we're putting on color today. Exactly. I am super excited, Rose, to have you here. Erin and I have been chatting with you, and part of the goal in Carolina Women, I think, is to bring in some unsung heroes, people who have done a lot for the community and fly below the radar because they're busy giving and doing. And I've known you for so many years now, and I think whenever we talk, it's really promoting someone else or a service or things like that. So I thought it might be fun to hear a little bit about you, Rose Fotia, and how you got started with Children's Relief Fund. And if you haven't heard about Children's Relief Fund, you will know now.
Yes.
We had about 30 minutes ahead of time to chat with it, and I think Erin is, the more she knows, the more questions she has. So thank you for joining us. Share a little bit about your history and background and what got you interested really in philanthropy for Hilton Head.
Absolutely. In 1988, I had a son that was born. His name was Gregory, and he had a very rare condition called West syndrome. And West syndrome is a very severe seizure disorder and basically affects everything in his life. And he was wheelchair bound, he was tube fed, he was, but he was the most precious little boy ever. And
were you living here then?
We were living here, and we started looking for services for him when we realized how extensive his disability was going to be, and there was nothing here.
And ironically, you were physical therapy working at the hospital.
I was doing physical therapy at Hilton Head Hospital. Yeah, I was. And we had to do something.
Right.
So we were either going to have to move or we were going to have to do something here in Hilton Head. And so that's how the Children's Relief Fund was born.
Well, I think you and Frank said we're going to do
said,
something.
Well, we'll have to do our own then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for people who may not know what Children's Relief Fund is, how would you explain what it is?
The Children's Relief Fund is just a resource for families in Bluffton and Hilton Head that have a child with a disability. We support programs as well as individual types of therapy for these families that just don't have anything else to, that they need for their children. Our goal is always to provide the best quality of life for these children that we can. And so we support all those services that actually do that.
And what kind of, what is actually considered a disability? Are there a lot of different things that fall under that umbrella?
There are lots of things that fall under that umbrella. Some children are it's just a speech impediment. Some children have cerebral palsy. Some people are autistic. There's Down syndrome. There's so many different vast disabilities just in our area, and that population has grown so much over the years, and so the need has grown them.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Two fun facts. Let's do Special Olympics and let's do the rec center.
Okay, so Special Olympics has always been near and dear to my heart. As everyone knows, Special Olympics, I mean, it's just the joy of these children's lives, and they're adults as well. So I got involved with Kathy Kramer, who I love dearly, and she and I collaborate on a lot of things to make sure that the kids have the recreational side of life, and she's done a magnificent job between SOAR and Special Olympics. It's very, very proud of her.
And Rose and Children's Relief Fund also have a big hand in that too.
We do. We're the main funding source for our local Area 8 Special Olympics.
Is that an annual event?
It is. They do various events throughout the whole year at various locations. There's all kinds of things. And SOAR is actually the adult arm of Special Olympics.
Okay.
And our story with the rec center goes way, way back. I mean, when Gregory was in the hospital one time, we were up in Charleston, and we had to stay at the Ronald McDonald House. And behind the Ronald McDonald House, there was an accessible playground. And I thought to myself, oh gosh, why can't we have this on Hilton Head? So I had previously gone to the rec center to start some summer programs for kids with disabilities, and so we already had that relationship. And then when I went back and said, can we build this here? And they said, why not? Let's find some partners. And so we did. We found some nonprofits to help us to raise the money that we needed. So the first accessible playground was built many years ago, like in the early 1990s or mid 90s.
And now fast forward.
Named after your son.
Yeah. Fast forward now, the Island Rec Center got totally redone, and they were going to tear down Gregory's playground, and I was like heartbroken. So I went in and talked to them, and they said, Rose, we're going to rebuild it. We're going to make it bigger and better. And so my husband got really involved in the design and went to Minnesota and along with some other people that were involved in the fundraising. And we actually got to decide what was going to be at this playground.
You should
That's
see
incredible.
It's worth seeing. It's pretty amazing.
It's amazing.
You know, time goes really quickly when you're talking to someone who has the depth and breadth, Rose, that you do with yourself and within the community too. But we really appreciate you taking time out of your morning to come and chat with us about this. And I think if you're curious about Children's Relief Fund, please don't hesitate to call. But also check out the rec center as far as the playground.
I can't wait to see it.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. Thank you.
Awesome.
Stay with us. More to come here on Carolina Women.